Hello and welcome back to another video. So today I have been proudly requested to read some of fan fictions. Now, when I heard from these fan fictions, I got the idea of getting like an XOC fan fiction or something else, but instead I was requested. Oh, we all know what this is, but instead I was requested Sonic X Reader. Now, I know you all have seen my Sonic videos, but I mean, yeah, Sonic's pretty cool, but these fanfictions, some of them are a little too dirty. So I've already went through some of them to see which ones were bad, and if you are interested in Sonic, and you find him very attractive, and you feel very dirty enough to look at some stuff, go on Wattpad, man, because that's gonna lead you somewhere. But we're going to try and read the most friendliest ones I can find, because I've only went to Wattpad because I thought Wattpad would probably have the good ones, or, the friendly ones. I was wrong. So, this one I've read once. I don't think I can't remember if there was anything bad in here, but if there is, I'm probably gonna have to not read some of the words. But I'm not a good reader, but I'm just going to read one today. I'm probably gonna make this a little series. Please comment down below if you guys want me to read your fanfictions, because I will gladly do it. Anything for my fans, anything for you guys. So this person who made this is by Ariana. I'm just gonna say that, Ariana X, and she wrote Sonic X Fem Reader. Now, during this story, there is the names N/A. If you none of you know what that means, I will leave that in the comments. But if you do know what that means, then you guess you have no worry about this. So during the story, if I say that and I mess up on a few things, please tell me in the comments so I can improve on this stuff. Okay, so the story is set in Sonic X, no specific time period from the show. Okay, so I this is hilarious. I can't sound like a boy, but I'll do my best, because I'm a girl and it's kind of difficult to do the voice unless you're an adult, but okay. Along at last, the hedgehog brushed off his gloves and smiled at his handiwork. The perfect spot to snooze on a warm and peaceful day. He pouted at a small blade of grass that caught in his eye, violently shaking it in the sudden gust of wind from the forest behind him. The blue leant down to gently pick it out from the ground, laying it by a piece of dirt that wished for some more life and color. When he placed the blade of grass back down, it seemed like he was resting. His little resting spot had just popped out on the ground with even more excitement. All that from just a possessive detail, blinking for a few seconds. His lip curled into a tired grin. That should do the trick. Fresh spring breeze, lush green fields, blue sky, and no irrigating distractions in life. What on earth could be better than this moment? Sonic sighed. In content, his arms and legs crossed while toppling onto the fresh grass below him and shutting his tired eyelids. Eggman was nowhere to be seen for the past 2 weeks, giving the blue blur more of a suspicion each day. This didn't bother him too much, since all he wanted to do was have a nice and extensive nap. The rest of Sonic's crew had gone off to do their possibly everyday shenanigans, doing everything from flying in Tails' plane to crawling out of bed, snoring like a maniac. However, there was one person in particular who wanted the company of Y/N and L/N, or, let's just say this easier, Reader. He obviously smiled to himself at the memory and smart, cheerful Reader, the one that everybody wanted to be around on a gloomy day. As one of the Sonic's main sidekicks, Reader was also one of the strongest of the girls on the board team. She shattered one of the Eggman's finest mechs with just a punch. Oh, she was truly amazing. Not just that, but Sonic found the Reader rather attractive. Unlike Amy or Rouge, the way her hair, feathers, spikes, flew in the wind, the way her eyes would sparkle whenever she found something intriguing. She was all Sonic could ask for. Not to mention, her human was priceless. The nickname she gave everyone made her roll on the floor with tears. Even sarcastically insulting Reader had given Sonic the nickname Sonic the Chili Dog Consumer, or just S Chili Dog for short. The name would make him laugh aloud, but it would end up with Amy being all over him, nagging to the verge of, I cannot say that word, I'm sorry. threatening of what he could possibly be laughing at. She was very possessive, see? Amy single-handedly, metaphorically speaking, took down a generous scorpion robot created by a giant talking egg just because he broke a charm bracelet for Sonic. A charm bracelet? Sonic's expression slowly dropped at the memory that overtook his mind, sweat dropping slightly at the thought. Sorry. Sonic's expression slowly dropped at the memory that overtook his mind, sweat dropping slightly at the thought of him becoming the scorpion. Instead, Amy found out about his feelings for Reader. By Earth, the crazy pink would skin him alive and make Reader watch. He couldn't bear to think of that. His posture shot up in fear, darting his head around for any sign of the female hedgehog, perfectly hiding in bushes to his relief. Amy was nowhere to be seen. Taking the risk, he exposed a deep sigh from his lungs and regretted it as soon as he heard the sound of her voice. Not a raged, high-pitched voice, but a certain pink. But the feminine, silky sound of a short gasp followed like a hum through the coo of a dove. Just the one he was craving to hear. The rustling of bushes echoed and filled the summer breeze along with the luring nostalgia. I can't say. There's so much words I can't say. I gotta prove. Other scent filled his nostrils. Oh gosh, I didn't see you there, chilly dog. The beautiful figure of Reader appeared from the west corner, walking over to the startled cross-legged form while chuckling softly at his unexpected appearance. You scared me. Sonic scrambled up to his feet, his arms tightly by his waist, frightened from the sound. Oops, I'm real sorry about that. She softly cupped a hand to her lips, trying to suppress a soft giggle towards his concerned stance and expression, his emerald eyes never leaving hers. The moment their eyes connected gazes, a twinkle of something interesting, rather inviting, he hated to admit it, appeared and swam through the glow-stick hours with her. Sonic's cheeks tinted the tintest shade of pink, before virtuously shaking his head, trying to let out the escape in his mind. He was a friend, someone she could trust and rely on. Darn, but he wanted to preserve to become something deeper than that. She was so kind and special, and wanted everything, but Reader was to be all his and nobody else's, as long as Amy didn't spot them, of course. Nah, no need. I just wanted to take a walk. Sometimes being around many people at once can be stressful, huh? Realizing her understanding of the situation, Sonic couldn't help but smirk at the figure that invited himself to a spare patch of grass next to him. She was a pretty modest girl, when she knew so, leading her to rarely becoming over-friendly. Sonic didn't really mind, just like most things in the world, but Rita was different. As much as she tried to stop it, it made her look unincredibly cute. You don't mind sitting here, do you? No, well, I mean, nah, I don't mind. Make yourself comfy. Rita grinned in delight, moving around a little until she got her satisfaction. Her whatever your eyes are in your OC, that's all I'm gonna tell you. Her E/C eyes turned to gaze over to her hedgehog, staring off into the distance, the gentle gust of wind twirling around his limbs like a couple engaged in a graceful waltz. She couldn't help but blush at the rare sight of the tangled figure, almost insulating himself on a large hill without any other care in the world. If only that loony egghead just let them alone forever. All their problems would float away into the air and into the heavens. The only option they had in the meantime was enjoy the free time they had until Eggman possibly decided to make another move sooner than later. Rita looked down to notice and appreciate his fingers and arm joints bouncing around his side and out of sight. Hey, what are you doing over there? Over the rustling in leaves and turning his body, a mischievous chuckle leaving his lips. The sound and laughter lit a spark in the pit of her stomach, and excitement floating up from her chest into the back of her throat. You'll see. At his playful words, the bubbly girl pouted playfully at his response, while the rest of her torso hit the cushioned ground, watching the crystal clear white clouds float through the atmosphere. Taking their long but graceful time to glide into the destination, she always admired the outdoors, just like Sonic did. Rita would take a jog or a walk through the large and friendly towering trees, watching each moment of each pine and leaf and cloud. She hoped that in the world were people, genuine people that could understand and admire the natural scenery created for them to climb, run through, or even swim in. Sure, she was no hippie, but Rita always wished for peace in this cruel world. But now and again comes a day to endure her passionate expression to her friends and even strangers scrolling down the sidewalks, even inspiring them to go and explore the great outdoors. until another day came like that. Reader could do all Reader could do was wait for whatever Sonic could possibly be doing through the fingers and interwind something leafy and colorful. After 25 minutes, Sonic's activity had gotten Reader passed out on her ground, snoring softly on her side, that turned away from the blue hedgehog that had just let out a victorious noise as he made his masterpiece. And done! Sonic beaming in pride, lifting his creation up into the air. It was a multicolored flower crown adorned with soft yellow, pink, blue, and green petals and leaves. It was rather large and blushy, but small enough to be fashionable and not tumble off her head and break his smile dimmed into a confused look. Turning to his side to reveal Reader fast asleep on the lush grass below, he gulped, reaching over to poke her shoulder and blade twice, trying to catch her attention or to snap her out of her nap. Reader? He hesitantly tried again, and there was no given. Really? Lying on the grass and knocking yourself out in just 10 seconds flat? An ancient amusement laced through the words, joining the breeze around him. This wasn't her typical form, but he hoped that escaped his lips didn't turn out like an insult. In fact, her actions seemed to be what the blue blur unusually fell under. If it was a laugh or a yawn or even a nap, it was contagious. Let me grab some headphones. I am terribly sorry for any background noises that may insult you or get you angry. I don't know where I left off, but I'm just gonna put it here. It was a laugh, a yawn, or even a nap. It was contagious. It felt so unreal, yet the sensations caused him would be enchanting. Did she possess magic? Cast him under some sort of spell? Sonic would never know. Suddenly a thought hit him. His gaze fell into her hair, covered most of features to face. To Sonic's dismay, his secret gentleman resolve stopped him from turning her face to walk to the soft hairs fall back to her normal position. He wanted to look at her features glow in the sun, radiate her beauty to the world. This would probably look like a last daring move he took towards Reader for a long time. Since she wasn't a fan of others touching or playing with Reader's mane. Taking another risk, his soft gloved hands reached over like a hand of God, collecting her locks through his fingers to lift them up and reveal her peaceful expression. Her unusually sparkling eyes shut out from the world underneath her long lash-adorned eyelids. Reader's cheeks were tinted a light pink due to the heat surrounding the atmosphere. Her lips parted into a perfect O. His emerald eyes refused to leave her features, a puff of colors flooding his cheeks by stars. She was gorgeous, like nothing she had made or no made. Whoa. A warmth of happiness caused his veins to his head, overtalking the emotions. The hedgehog couldn't help but smile. From her ear, his flower crown rested in the right palm, attracting his attention. Since he made it for her Reader, why not put it on her? Mother Nature demanded so. Sonic took the delicate weave into a plantation from the large field, gingerly placing it down on top of her head. Just in front of his eyes and ears, the petals and leaves bounced happily to the rhythm of the wind, waking up in a new soft but vivid color around a radiance and gentleness once laid down on Reader's forehead. I am so sorry for all the cutscenes. Lay down on Reader's forehead. Sonic was completely taken back. Who knew his gift would create such an extensional flare with the nature surrounding him? His breath hitched when the soft hum pinched her from the resting body, her body gracefully turning to obviously face blue. Good. She was still asleep. Sonic rested his head into the palm of his hand, letting his torso sink down into the ground. You know, Reader, he's whispered, his arm almost colliding her with the slim waist while it cupped on the soft curve of her cheek. You look pretty good in that. No word spoken. Sonic bent down with a blush, his eyes fluttering shut as he pressed his lips tightly on hers. So sweet, so velvetly. As much as he wished that she could kiss him back, it was only a light peck. It lasted no longer than 6 seconds before he broke. I can't pronounce those portals of green in his orbits glistens with a newfound sensation of love and joy. You probably can't hear me, but I love you, Wyan. His thumb caressed her cheek, a little strangely lulling him to the slumber, joining her in the dream world. Sonic hoped to see the angelic face through the layers of tranquility, letting time take away into an everlasting dance through the clouds and cast out the distresses of life. However, just through the crack of the door patiently waited hope, memory, and happiness. It awaits for everyone, just as soon as it awaits for you. As soon as those last soothing words were spoken to the unsuspecting hedgehog that was now resting peacefully, she smiled. Well, thank you for watching. If again, please comment down below if there are any more fan fictions you guys would like me to read. And I'm going to have to fix my words because a bunch of words I could not pronounce. But I'll do my best to pronounce any words and your guys' OCs. Thanks for watching.